Hello there, it's Sandy, and I'm here again with my Babylock Solaris 3, working on some machine embroidery again, only this time I'm using a design that's inside the machine. So I'm looking at the embroidery design guide, and I'm on page 124, and I'm on, let's see, I'm on design number 15, which is the peacock, with the beautiful flowery design around it. And from the main screen, it's the option 2. It looks like a bouquet of flowers under the embroidery menu, and then 4 looks like a sewing machine. That's the tab you pick. I can't go into there now because I'm in the middle of stitching this out. And then design number 15. And so I'm going to get started because I've been working on this for several hours, and I saved the last part of it, just the last flower, this one here, to stitch out with you to share, and then I'll share the rest of it as we go. So I'm going to move you over here, make sure I get the thread changed, and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and thread number 129. Okay. Ready to go. This is what I have so far. Just beginning to stitch out that last flower I showed you on the screen, and so it'll do the tack down first. And I'm doing this embroidery design on top of a jean jacket, and what I've got in back of it as a stabilizer on the bottom is this black tearaway, but before that I had ironed on some no-show mesh, and so far it's been okay. And the top I have stabilized with water soluble, and it hasn't been stretching. There's got this little thing here, but I think it'll be okay. It got a little intense in here stitching out. Maybe I should have ironed on 2 sheets, but I think it's going to be fine when I press it out. After I take off all this, when I'm done, I'll take off all the water-soluble stuff. It'll just tear away. And then I'll rip away the back, the back tearaway mesh, and cut away as much of the no-show that I can. And then I'll probably have to dab some water on the edges if I don't get it all out. The water-soluble stabilizer on top. So this pattern design is in the machine itself, as I said. There's 135,510 stitches, embroidery stitches. We're at 116,000. We're over that. So we're very close to being done. Out of the 50 thread color changes, I'm on number 43, and it says it stitches out in 215 minutes. So I've been doing this for many hours. But sometimes when I can see that the color is going to stitch out and take a long time, I'll just walk away and monitor it using my Babylock monitoring app. But it is quite a very long, complicated. It's not really complicated. It's just that you have to change the thread 50 times, and it will be worth it because it's going to be on the back of this jean jacket, and it's really pretty. And then I think on the front, I saw a flower in the book that looks like this. I might just put a small flower on the front left side of the top part under the collar there. just above the chest, just to kind of pull it together. So that's the plan. It's I didn't think it was going to fit on this jacket, but I put it to the side for several months and then decided after doing so much machine embroidery lately that I was ready to tackle this one. So just after doing that last eagle embroidery, machine embroidery that I did, that one had just as many, no, it had even more thread color changes. So I guess when I compare the digitizing on that last eagle that I stitched out, which had over, I think, 60 thread color changes just for that small eagle head, to this one, which is, it's like 15.5 by 9 inches, and this one has 50 thread color changes, and it's much bigger. It's got a lot more colors involved. That one only had 6 or 8, so I was changing the thread, but I was using the same thread colors. So that first color is stitched out. I'm ready to change it up. I'm just going to move you back a little bit. Okay, we need number 127. There's 4 colors of this. It looks kind of, it looks like a peonies to me. Flower. It could be something different. I don't know. I hear my dog barking. Okay, we're ready to go. I think I'm going to slow this part down a little bit because this is the part that's, it's just got a little bit of the fabric that's there. It's not really puckered. I can see just a little bit of that going on. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna make it go back up again. Okay, I think we're ready. There we go. You can see there's the peacock, there's the flowers, the tail, some blue flowers. There's a flower up there, and then up at the top there's like these really pretty small flowers, if you can see them. There. And so now we're just doing that last flower. I would never do a live. I'm trying to get ready to try and do a live someday. That's why I'm doing this practicing, just treating the videos that I do kind of like a live. But I can't, right now I don't have the setup to do a live and be able to answer any comments that people might make if they actually watch. Because all I have is my phone. We did get another camera, but we're learning how to use it. It's more for other things, so right now I'm just using my phone. There is a way to go live on the phone that I did find out about. So I might just try it on a project that doesn't involve so much time, but this one says 215 minutes. Well, you know that 120 is 2 hours, so, and I keep changing the speed, and every time you change the speed, then the time goes up. So this one took, I've been working at this 4 hours, I think, and then probably over 4 hours. And so you definitely wouldn't want to be watching all of that. Because even when I'm doing things with regard to this, I'm walking around the room and using my monitoring app while I do that. And only on the spots where I can see it's going to take like, I don't know, 8-10 minutes to stitch out. So this is a design that I've been wanting to do since I got the machine. I saw it in the book and I just thought it was so pretty. And I debated whether I should do it on this jean jacket because it's dark, you know, it's like a medium blue denim color. So I didn't know if the colors would show up that good, but because I'm using that stabilizer on the top, the water soluble, it's helping to keep all those stitches nice close to the top instead of soaking in. Okay, I'll move you to the side again. All right, we need number 1. 105. Yep, that's like this kind of a peachy pink. This one takes a little bit, 8 minutes to stitch out. So feel free to walk away and come back if you like. I'm just doing the tack down, which is nice. That makes the denim will be nice and flat before it sews the stitches, the actual satin stitches down. I was just thinking about the person who designed this and digitized it for the Babylock. They're just so talented to be able to do that. But they definitely did it very well compared to some of the designs I've gotten off of Etsy. Well, this is the last part of this peacock, the last flower. It'll be fun to see it finished. So, yeah, there's 8 minutes of this color, which probably down to 6. And then we've got another lighter pink, then an even lighter pink, and it's like shading that flower. And then a green, yellow, and like kind of an orangey color, and then it's done. But it's going to be a little while, even though I saved this part. There's still 24 minutes, so I wanted to do like one whole piece on here. I didn't want to like just come in the last 5 minutes. That's no fun. But at the same rate, it does take a long time to fill in this rose. So you will be able to see more of it when it moves the frame down to get to the top of the flower. And then you'll be able to see the peacock more. This is the book that I'm looking at. This book is nice because it shows it's designed 15, it shows 212 minutes. Of course, it depends on the speed you got it set at. And all the colors, but these aren't. I'm using Floriani thread. Shows you how big it is. And then see how this flower is like the light pink one is kind of similar to this one. And I thought maybe I would put this one in the front chest above the pocket if it fits. I think it's like 3 by 3.5, so it should fit. We'll see. I probably won't have time to do it tonight. tomorrow I have embroidery class, a club at the Sewing Source in Lake Villa. And we made I can show you while it's stitching out. This little, it's like a luggage tag. So we embroidered it, was in the hoop thing. And I put the little snap on. I actually did that backwards. I think that should be on the front, but it's still cute. And the little toggles clasp on the top. And so that was one of our projects. And tomorrow is the club day. So, and every time I use a spool, I take off that bottom ring, because when I'm done, I use the bottom ring. I have a little video out there about how I use that bottom ring to round up the threads and hold them onto the bottom of the spool. So I save them. These are all the rings that I've used. I've got 26 threads out. So since it's got 50 thread color changes, but I only see 26 thread colors. So I've been reusing some of them, which is still better than the last design I worked on with the eagle, where I used like 8 colors and rotated them over and over again. Still, I love the design of the eagle, but it was a lot of layering. Might be the only way to do it when you're trying to make a design like that. I showed it in my last video. The last video I think I did was with the patriotic gnome, and in that video I showed the eagle head, patriotic eagle head that I also did. That one took 2 hours, but compared to this one, it wasn't very long. But this one has, like, to me, this one is not bad, even though it's taking a long time. It's every time the machine works, it's organized, and it works on a certain area. Like, it started off down here with this flower section, finished that flower section, and then I think it did the tail feather, and then it went up and did the small flowers at the top, and then it came down and did this, the top of the peacock, and then it went over on this side and did the flower, then it did the leaves to the flower, then the blue part, and now the rose. So it's like, even though it's taking a long time to do it, I don't think that's a rose. It's like a peony or something. Even though it's taking a long time to do it, it's doing something very different each time it's stitching out a section, and so it keeps me entertained. We're at 124,000 stitches, and we have to go to 135,500. We're getting there. Unfortunately, I got a headache when I was 3/4 of the way through. Just trying to get this done. And then tomorrow I'll do the front part. And I also found a really cute bluey design, patriotic bluey design that I wanted to put on a t-shirt for my granddaughter. And then I gotta find out a design for my grandson. So I have a lot of work to do before the holiday. Still, I could have done that, but I just kept putting this off I wanted to do it for so long, for months and months, so probably ever since I saw the machine. I got the machine last fall in 2023, and so I've been on a journey to learn as much as I can about it. And tonight is a big accomplishment, finishing this peacock. So I'm really happy that I'm almost done. Color 103. So this is a lighter pink, so it's going to do some filling in. Almost done threading. There we go. And then there's one more pink, and uh-oh, I heard something. Yeah, one moment, because it's saying that there's something is stuck. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to back up, using the plus minus key to back up. Okay, now I'm at the beginning. And I'm going to try, I guess I'll rethread it. And if it does it again, then I'm probably going to have to take the hoop off and double check that nothing's going on in the back. I don't really like doing that with such a large project, but if you hold in this button, it goes very slow until you let it go. It sounds like it's okay. There we go. This is one of the longer colors to stitch out. I'm going to press this down a little bit, make sure that that's good, and say okay here and go. Yeah, this one takes 10 minutes, so I forgot what I was saying before that happened. There's this color, which is like a peachy pink, and then a very light peachy pink, and then the flower's done and it's filling in the green and the yellow, the middle part. But this will take a while, and then the next peachy pink takes 6 minutes. I'm using a magnetic frame, the large, I think it's, hold on, 10.5 by 16, or it might be 10 and 5/8 by 16, and it's a dime hoop, and this, I was kind of apprehensive to use this dime hoop on the jean jacket, because I knew, with it being so thread intensive, that I would probably have to be changing the bobbins, and I was concerned that it would want to move every time I removed it from the hoop holder. And I was just real careful to hold it by the frame itself and to just squeeze it together and go real slow, moving in and out. But before that, before I even started, I I hooped it and everything was good. I actually took some of that shipping tape and I kind of taped down the, because I have this water soluble stuff on top, and then I use like shipping tape to tape it from here to there, just to help it keep from moving. And so far so good. I've only broken one needle, knock wood. I did switch. This is so interesting. This is the first needle that I put in. It's a 1490 needle by Schmetz. I used that till I got to about 75,000 or 80,000 stitches. I switched it to a new needle, same kind, and within 25,000 stitches, that needle broke. So then I put the original one back in, and I'm hoping that it will finish the job for me. I just wanted to give the needle a break. I thought maybe it would get warm with all this stitching. Being too cautious or something. When I was doing my search on the internet to see how often I should change needles, it was like telling me this unbelievable number, because I've heard from people change it after every large project. And so I just thought, I'm going to change it halfway through. And apparently it did not like, I don't know, maybe I accidentally put that needle back in there. Sometimes if I haven't used a needle much, I'll put it back in the case, which is probably no-no. But I always am pretty conservative when I'm using my needles. I'll change them to make sure I don't break one in the middle of a project. Doing a nice job stitching out the flower. And we only have a total of 12 minutes left in the whole thing. So there's 3 minutes left of this color. And I've been playing around now with the height of the embroidery foot. When I was doing some, I think with this design, I just had it at the regular level, but I had left it up because in the Eagle Patriotic Eagle T-shirt, the red one with the lettering, it was pretty thick lettering, so I had to raise it because it kept dragging on the letters and then causing problems. So watch for that when you're embroidering. Just make sure that the height of the foot is good, because it can vary from design to design apparently. There's some designs in the book that are, I'm going to wait a little bit before I try the next one, but there's like a design that where you have to like re-hoop it, I think 3 times. I might try that one, but there's also some cute ones that are smaller. There's a flamingo, the hummingbird one, elephant, there's a deer scene. That's in the same area as this peacock, so that's probably quite large. I might put that on the back of the jacket. I'm not sure. But it's going to be a while before I do that. In one of my prior videos, I did use one of these patterns, like a bird scene, and it was kind of like, to me, it reminded me of watercolors, the way it's stitched out, the cute little design. So this is the little, besides the patriotic eagle, this one is probably definitely the largest number of stitches that I've stitched out on the Vision Solaris 3. This one tops them all. So if you're still there and you like what I'm doing, give the video a like, share the video, make a comment, and subscribe. I'm just doing this mostly for fun and to continue to push myself to learn about my machine. And if I know it's helping someone else, I find that to be very satisfying. So hopefully I'm helping someone out there. And sometimes I just enjoy watching patterns stitch out. It's kind of like color painting with thread. Especially something like this. You have to commit once you start working on a big one like this, because it takes a long time to finish them. This one for sure. I hate to admit it, but I think it's probably going on 5 hours. But mostly, I do take breaks a little bit, 5 minute walk into the other room. And like I said, I use the monitoring app, the Babylock, but only in areas where I know it's going to take a while to stitch out. Like this one, I would have used it. The next one is 6 minutes. I would have used it for that. But since I'm recording, I am not able to use it. So I used pretty much all I think I had all the colors that this design required in order to stitch it out. I made sure I had them all. I don't want to take risk picking the wrong color with such a time-intensive design. Okay, I'm moving you to the side so that I can rethread it. Cut the thread from the top and pull it through to the bottom. Oops, can't get it because the camera is in the way. I gotta get it around the thread guide. Okay, there we go. If you're there, tell me what you're working on in the comments, what you've been doing lately with your machine. I'm going to let it stitch slow for a minute just to see if it's going to do a tack down in this area. Yeah, it is. I'm tacking down this part slow because this is the area where I said there was, it looked like there was a few wrinkles, but it looks like it's doing fine around the wrinkles. I thought it stretched, but I think it's just a wrinkle. Okay. Now this takes 6 minutes for this color, and then all we have are the green, which is part of the center, and the 2 yellows. So 3 more thread color changes and we're done. the exciting part. It's exciting when you know you're getting close to the end. And one of the things I know that I did wrong, because, you know, some of this, it's trial and error. I wanted to use this black tearaway. I probably should have used like a iron-on black, but I didn't have any. So I had to use white. And then the black is on top of that, and it's tearaway. That might have been a mistake, making that black. We'll see. But then the bobbin thread that I used was white, and I should have put black in there. So live and learn. I do have black bobbin thread. It's doing the outline, so it's kind of like a... Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. There. The table was shaking a little bit because it's going back and forth. While that's stitching on, I'm going to move the next couple threads to position. Yeah, green, yellow, 11, and then there's one more, 524, which is like a golden yellow. So we're all set. See, this is getting really, like, really thick. I'm going to slow it down. And then I can just kind of make sure that it... So much thread. Yeah, I got it slowed down, so it's filling in just nicely. Now the bottom part. It's because the thread, it's going on top of 2 layers of thread that it just sewed. It sounds like the needle's gonna break because it's trying so hard to get through the thread. That's why I used the 14. I thought it was gonna need that kind of a needle for this jean fabric. If you've done this pattern before and you've done it on a jean jacket, let me know what size needle you used. I don't know if I like that color, but that's the color they said to use, so. And I'm gonna pause that and clip the thread that's bugging me. Three minutes left. That means we're almost done with this color, because the green is a minute and the 2 yellows are each a minute. So. Those other thread colors mustn't be a whole minute, because it shows we're at 279 minutes out of 281, and each of those next three colors are just a minute, so it must be like a lot less than a minute, which makes sense. It's just the center of the flower. It's still got to sew up the shading up this whole side here. I'm going to make it go up. There we go. We're almost done. And then I will show you. If there's anyone there, you can always go to the end without listening to me talk. Okay, ready for the green. Okay, there we go. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I think because I do that once in a while because the camera's in the way. So I'm going to back this up. Okay, rethread it. Also getting near the end of a very long project. So I'm getting tired, but I wanted to share some of it with you. Whoever's out there. I'll do this again. And it looked like this part I left too long, so there we go. Yeah, see, that's like what, 15 seconds? And now the yellow, and then the yellow, and we're done. The other shade of yellow, and that's it. Sounds like somebody's here. So I just gotta put in that one, the last thread. Whoops, that didn't look like it fed right. Okay. Go ahead. It's thread intensive, so it's, see how it's pulling? It looks like it's threaded good. Almost done. This is the last yellow, the last color. center of the flower. And I'm going to back you up. There it is. So let's see how this looks. I'm going to back you way up. Okay. And pull this out. So you get the most fun where you can actually see the whole thing stitched out. I not have to spend hours.